Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be talking about how to get an EX Raid Pass once again, and a whole lot of data the Silph Road has put together for everybody to take a look at. We're going to look at that in just a moment, but first we're going to see my badges and all that good stuff. Not my gym badges, my medals, okay? So let's go ahead and start here. Not going to look at my XP. That's not going to be revealed for a while. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Jogger. We're just going to skim through slightly quick here. So this is where I stand. Keep in mind, where do I live? Well, some of you may know, some of you may not. I live in Alaska. We do not have Pokemon, Pokestops, or gym abundancy like a lot of places do. So if you're thinking to yourself, this guy's playing every single day, he should have a lot more in this specific area or this area. Well, come play Pokemon Go for a year and a half with a new account in Alaska and tell me where you'll be at. Until you've done that, this is where I'm at, and I'm pretty sure I'm one of the highest players here. I don't have the most gyms attacked, but other than that, I'm sitting about the highest everything. All right, I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you how it is. Okay, I'm not trying to brag. All right, so here we go. Now, every time I look at this, I don't cringe, but I just think to myself, man, now I have spent so much cash on hatching eggs. Well, nobody forced me to do it. I'm trying to get that Stardust, right? And there's the Pokestops. Now, if you ask yourself, what do I do the most in this game? Catching Pokemon, to be honest. If the gyms, all right, if the gyms were like before, this one right here would be like 30,000, okay? I would be all over those. It was a challenge. It was fun. The gyms now, we've heard it 1,000 times. They're not fun. They're not challenging. They're just dulled down, watered down. It's like an extremely watered down drink that the ice has been sitting in there and you don't even want to drink it. It's just like nasty. All right. So yeah, I focus mostly on catching Pokemon because that's where the Stardust is. And the gym battles are not rewarding, for one. And that's about it. Yeah, see? You could totally tell that I'm not focusing on gyms, okay? Just not. Haven't received all my magic. Not even halfway. Look at that. Not even halfway. All right. Not bad. Yep. And unknown. That should be the last one. Yep. And we'll take a look at these really fast. All right. I do believe my highest one is going to be water. Yep. Always has been, always probably will be. Unless I move somewhere and play Pokemon Go for like a year and the biome is different, like a desert, I have a feeling this is going to stay number one always. Okay. The only one I don't have is Dragon, and I haven't been pursuing it. I'm not going to say I don't care. I just don't feel it necessary. It's no big deal to me. I'll get it when I get it. It's still quite a ways away. Alrighty, so that said, let's go ahead and jump into this EX Raid explanation by Silph Road. We are over here at the Silph Road. They have put together a very nice informative piece about the EX Raid passes and the data concluded from the people who have submitted, well, their data to Silph Road from the last pass handout. So we're going to just glance over this. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can go and check this full article out here for yourself. Receiving an EX Pass invitation is the key to acquiring the exclusive Mewtwo in Pokemon Go. Yep. Alright, so what Niantic told us. EX Raid battles will take place most commonly at gyms found in parks and sponsored locations. Trainers with a high-level gym badge are more likely to be invited to an EX Raid battle taking place at that gym. Trainers who have completed a large number of raids are more likely to be invited to an EX Raid battle. EX Raid battles. EX Raid battle start times now take into account popular raid battle times at that gym. So those were Niantic's notes. Now we're going to go over theirs briefly. Head to the parks. Sponsored and the next best thing. Overwhelmingly, we found gyms located in parks to be the most common location for EX raids, with 53% of all EX raids happening in park gyms. All right, and then there's a chart here. So you can see the parks are off the chart. Look at that. The next one is sponsored, right above 80, and then universities dropping down to about 15 to 20, and then you can see the pattern here. Depends on where you live. Now I hear people saying that there's no sponsored gyms where you're at, maybe even no parks. Well, I don't know how that's going to work. You're probably going to have to contact Niantic to get some more gyms up in your area. But if you have no sponsored gyms, but you do have parks, well, and you have never seen an EX raid battle happen there, I mean, don't give up yet. You know, don't go and pay a whole bunch of money to Niantic, you know, trying to get an invitation at one of these parks just for it to not happen. You know, do a couple, you know, see what happens. Wait until it actually becomes a thing in your area, and then once you know where they're starting to pop up at, then go to those gyms, you know. Finding 2. Gym medal levels suggest they might matter. Niantic also claimed that high-level gym badges will make trainers more likely to be selected for an EX Raid pass. Well then, EX Raid pass currently max out at 40 invitations. Okay, should gold and silver gym badge holders always be selected according to the first line by Niantic? So, let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff to read. Now, this is a chart of people who have gold, silver, and bronze, and they have received an EX pass. Now, as we can see, the highest one is silver. That's in between. Now, for Niantic as a business, that makes a little bit of sense, because I know it would be more, a little bit more realistic for people with gold, like they said, to receive all these passes. But if they're going to be giving all gold out, that's going to minimize, possibly, the amount of EX passes they're going to be giving out. So to be safe, I think they're just going with silvers. But, I mean, all that can be thrown right out the window when we look at how many with bronze have received one, because that's quite a high number, 104. Because, I mean, it may be tough sometimes for the average player to get gold at a gym, but I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, for the average player, that number 31 should be dominating. It should be half the chart if it's going off of what what Niantic said in their latest statement about how EX passes are going to be distributed. So I would expect to see like 75 to 80 for gold, and then silver, and then a very minimal number for bronze. I mean, that's just exactly what they said. It's not like, I'm trying to make up my own rules. Literally, they said that coming out of their own mouth. All right, so let's go ahead and move on here. Finding 3. Over 30% have done 1+ raid every day. See, here we go, talking about don't go off doing too many raids. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you to minimize them, but, if you're trying to find an EX raid pass, anyways, well, let's just continue here. On December 1st, the raid system was roughly 160 days old. If a free-to-play player were to raid every single day at least one time, we might expect them to have completed 160 raids by this date. Okay? An explanation is complete down here. Let's go ahead and take a look. So there you have it. Alright, so 69% of players selected have completed less than 150 raids, while 30% have completed more. Alright, finding 4. High-level trainers dominate the data set. Alright, so you have here 37 to 40, right above 100, 33 to 36, a little bit more, and then it drops significantly from 29 to 32. All right, so let's go ahead and move on here. Finding 5. 7 out of 10 are first-time recipients. Okay, so here we have the one that's dominating. This is the first EX pass. All right, then we're going to go over to silver, 1. Then the next one, 2 invites. Then 3. Then the 4, which is this tiniest little sliver there. Over 70% of EX Raid recipients on December 1st received their very first invite. Now, that would lead you towards saying, well, Niantic is probably implementing what they said now, seeing that 70% of EX Raid recipients on December 1st received their very first invite. 21% received their second, and less than 1 to 10 had received more than 2. Okay, so with all that said, what do you need to know? Basically, read it at least weekly at parks, sponsor locations, monuments, and church gym locations. Try to achieve at least silver gym badge level at these gyms. If possible, perhaps observe these gyms' most busy raid times and try raiding during these hours. We do not recommend. All right, spending tons of money trying to raid 10x or rack up soaring total raid count. And that's what I was trying to tell you. If you know a place where EX raid passes are definitely coming out, then go for that. But don't try to raid a bunch at a place that you've never seen an EX raid pop up before. If your city or wherever you're at has had an EX invite handout before, try to raid at those places, okay? Raid at every potential EX gym every day. So everywhere that you know that has had an EX raid pass, try to make your way there to do an EX raid or to do a raid, okay? Simple as that. Alrighty, so with that said, I hope that helped you out a little bit. A lot of stuff to read here. Good data. Anyways, so we're still on the quest to find out when the heck Niantic is doing. We'll just have to wait and see as time continues. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later.